Everybody, it's Greg the Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're hopping back into Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to be playing as the best China. Now you're probably thinking, there's a lot of different Chinas to play as, and you're not wrong. There's a bunch of different warlords, and they're all kind of about the same. But, however, there is one China that is head and shoulders above the others, and today we're going to be making that country mighty, a mighty superpower to be feared. So let's go ahead and hop in. Hey everybody, welcome to Guangxi Click. So we started out as a much smaller warlord compared to the rest of China, but we've got options. Hey everybody, Greg here. Hey, sorry, while I was recording this, I accidentally left the show every click option on my recording software when I reset it. I was being kind of an idiot, I suppose. So I do apologize for that, and hopefully it's not too distracting for you through the rest of this video. So if you see little blue dots when I click, that'd be why. So again, my apologies. I have reset it correctly, but anyways, back to the show. So if we see here, we have our leader here. He does we have a few negative modifiers for the country, which is not great. We have government corruption, which is not good. And we have ineffective bureaucracy, which is even worse. So we're going to need to fix these as best we can. But let's go ahead and get started. We do have a focus tree that all the warlords start out with. Later on, we'll be able to hopefully exchange this out for the path that the nationalists use, but until then we'll have to make do with this focus tree here. So we're going to go ahead and get started by securing our internal politics. As for research, nothing fancy, but we are going to want to grab the General Liu rifle here, the 36 rifle, and we're going to want to get basic machine tools. That's going to allow us to make more of everything. We're going to start out by just straight out building mills. I know it seems kind of counterproductive. You might want to build up your industry first, but we're going to be going to war very soon. And don't worry about the infrastructure being low. We'll sort that out as we go. As for our current mills that we do have, let's just put everything on the guns. We're going to be needing a lot of guns to do what we do. As for our template, we're currently rocking 8-width infantry, which, isn't going to cut it. So we're going to have to make some changes to this, but for the time being, this is going to be fine. So let's go ahead and also get some more troops queued up here. Let's do, another 10 divisions here. We'll put them on low equipment priority. I want most of those guns going to the men that are currently in the field. Alright, we've secured internal politics here. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going down this right side of the focus tree, starting with the opposition, and we'll be going through war taxes and personal leadership here as well. We're going to be doing some shenanigans, but before we can do that, we need to choose opposition. And with our first 160 PP here, let's go ahead and hire the fascist demagogue. Yes. We're going to be switching to the Brown Party as quickly as we can in order to pull this off. Alright, opposition to the central government is complete. So we've got a few options here. We could start going down our industrial branch or maybe public works to increase our infrastructure construction speed. But instead we're going to go ahead and choose war taxes. We're not quite in the war yet, but this is great. It gives us 25% reduction to consumer goods factories, which is pretty good. So we do have a large deficit of rifles. So I'm going to actually queue up another rifle, the General Liu rifle here. And I want to start putting one factory on that rifle. And so we're going to start building these rifles, which are obviously better, but we want to keep the production for the production efficiency for the basic rifle high. So we're going to keep factories on there, and as we get caught up, we'll switch over to the basic infantry weapons here. All right, war taxes is complete. So now let's go ahead and grab personal leadership here. This is going to give us a field marshal. You could grab Seek Japanese support, but we don't want to do that. Don't grab that. Now that we do have a little PP as well, let's go ahead and grab a chief of the army. So this guy's currently our only general. We do not want him. I'm going to go ahead and grab Huang here as he's an army offense expert. We're going to need a lot of artillery for what's to come, so I'm going to go ahead and designate 3 factories for artillery. The rest can go to guns. Okay, now we've completed border clashes with the nationalists. So we can do a few things here. It may not be a bad idea to rush down to rapid mobilization. That's going to reduce our training time by 10%. We're going to need a bunch of troops for the coming war. How However, alternatively, you could go ahead and grab either some of your industry or grab the stability bonus here, because we're going to need a lot of stability, and maybe that's the way to go. All right, now that I do have a little experience saved up for the army here, I am going to go ahead and update our templates just a little bit here. I'm going to add a couple more infantry here and bring it up to 12 combat width, which will just give them a little bit more bite. Currently, we're working on mass assault. I am not a fan of mass assault. I think it's actually going to serve us better if we're never going to have manpower issues as China. So I think it would serve us better if we go ahead and switch out the superior firepower. It's going to give us that extra soft attack, but we will need more experience to do that. All right, let's go ahead and alter our template again here. So we're going to add support artillery to these guys. We're going to give them some extra bite. It actually adds a fair amount to their current stats. Go ahead and grab better improved machine tools. We're going to need a lot of everything. And let's go ahead, since we're going to be swapping out of mass assault theory, let's go ahead and grab radios. That's going to give us some extra, well, not only breakthrough, but reinforce rate, which we're going to lose. All right, we do have 100 army experience saved up here, so let's go ahead and choose superior firepower. We're looking reasonable on our artillery. We're definitely behind on rifles still, but we are building more factories as quickly as we can. So we're going to close that gap here pretty soon. And I don't know, you can name them whatever you want. We're going to set them to elite for the equipment. Let's give them a better icon, or a different icon rather, and we'll update that. So now we have two templates, one for offense, one for holding the line. All right. We've been building up our economy in here, but I want to go ahead and take this opportunity to save our political power right now as China is at war here. What we're trying to do is switch our political party affiliation as quickly as possible. All right, radio's complete. So let's go ahead and grab anti-air here. The Chinese don't have a large air force, hardly any air force at all, but the Japanese certainly do, and at some point we're going to need to deal with them. We won't have an air force for a good long time. All right, support weapons are complete. Let's go ahead and grab some trucks. We're going to need that supply. China is terrible for supply. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this template here, and effectively we're going to make these guys our kind of classic 7.2s. Yeah, I know it's not exactly the meta anymore, not exactly the best troops, but certainly a 7.2 build out is going to be more than effective against the nationalists in China. So we'll go ahead and put 7 infantry on here and 2 artillery. All right, we do have enough political power now. We can swap our party out here, so let's go ahead and hold a national referendum. And there we are. We have switched. We are now the 3rd Guangxi clique. Now that we have switched to the brown party, we're going to go over to China, or over to Japan rather, and we're going to ask to join their faction. And of course, they're going to say yes, they like us now, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now, as soon as that happens, of course, China is going to consider us a threat and move a bunch of troops down to our borders here. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, we'll be entering the war soon enough, and we'll have a bigger impact than you might imagine. So in order to basically swap out with the other China, we're going to need to work down to proclaim a rival government. So let's go ahead and grab... All right, our first offensive troops are off the line here, so let's go ahead. We're going to need to promote a field commander. Sure, it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, it looks like Japan is not having all that great of a time against China up here, so they're going to need our help. All right, so we can do a couple things here. We can rush down and proclaim the rival government. We will switch out our focus tree for the nationalist focus tree, or we can go ahead and stop off and grab labor reforms. I actually think this is totally worth it, so we have time, so let's go ahead and grab that first. And we're simply making sure to force deploy whenever we can to... Granted, these guys are not fully equipped by any means, but that's fine. We need troops in the field at the moment. All right, labor reform is complete. So let's go ahead and proclaim the rival government. Just keep working on our infantry weapons as well. We'll try to give our troops a little bit more of that soft attack bite. As we are getting close to proclaiming the rival government, we're going to take a few troops and secure this border with Yunnan. They'll try to come through this gap, and that's not something we really want to deal with. All right, we've proclaimed the rival government. So we can do a couple things now. We do want to get involved with the war. So what we're going to try to do here is we're going to slow things down just a tad. And we're going to grab our field marshal order here, and we're going to set him on careful execution of battle plans. We are behind on equipment, and we want to carefully prod the Chinese here and see what we can do. So let's go ahead and heed Japan's call to arms and join the war. So as you can see, we have proclaimed the rival government. So any new territory that Japan is going to be taking, it's automatically going to be flipping to us, as we consider all of China our cores. All right, we are starting to break them a little bit. We're still fairly behind on equipment here, but let's go ahead and talk to Japan and see if they have any lend-lease they'd be willing to give us. All right, we've grabbed the supply hub. Let's go ahead and make sure we can motorize this best we can here. And what we want to do is we continue building our war participation in the war here. So currently it's low. We're only at 2%. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and update our templates here a little bit here, or rather our army command here. So let's go ahead and grab proper heritage. This is going to give a supply combat penalty boost. And since all of this territory is our cores, that's fantastic. And let's go ahead and grab, well, political loyalty would be great to have that modifier. I prefer to have bold attack, but I think at the moment we're going to need to go political loyalty and see whatever we can do to try to snake around the Chinese here. All right. Once some of those Japanese rifles show up, we're going to go ahead and get some more units queued up. And I think we're going to take this city. This is going to be great for... oh, yep, we did take it. Fantastic. So... let's go ahead and get some more motorization queued up in here. And we've nearly linked up with the Japanese here. It may not be a bad idea to see if we can do so. If you see our troops doing something stupid, like not grabbing a supply hub, make sure that you sort that out. And I do see an opportunity here, so let's see if we can do a little cheeky encirclement. And Yunnan hasn't really been able to push in here at all, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, we've got a little encirclement here. It's only a division, but it's honest work, and that's what we're here for. So, and see if we can grab this city. I don't know if they have too many troops behind the lines here. It looks like they do. That's fine. If we could simply close this gap here and link up the lines, that would be ideal. I think we're going to finally do that. We are just trying to probe as much as possible here and knock these troops out. Another supply hub here, so let's go ahead and do everything we can to make sure that we take that. Now that we do have a little PP here, let's go ahead and exhort heroism here. So we're going to choose that, and we're going to get some more war support. All right, we've taken a fair amount of land here, but we are falling pretty far behind in our stockpiles. So let's go ahead and pause the initiative, take a little breather, kind of evaluate where we are here. And it looks like we've almost taking Changsha here. Excellent. So that's another major city under our control. We're just making incremental changes, incremental moves towards major cities in China. Our forces are superior to the Chinese, to the nationalists rather, I should say. So we just keep pushing, pushing, pushing. It's going to increase our war participation and give us factories and manpower, which is never a bad thing. Let's see if we can pin these guys and pin you as well. There we go. Fantastic. We've taken the city. All right. Let's see if we can modify our lend-lease here and see if they give us any more convoys. They will. Let's see if we can get any encirclements up here and pin some of these troops in and destroy them. Remember, any troop that any division you destroy is obviously one you don't have to fight later on. And we've nearly had an encirclement here, and yeah, it's not much, but it's something. So, all right, we're looking more reasonable on our stockpiles. Let's go ahead and start the initiative again. A lot of options here, but let's go ahead and choose invite foreign investors here. It's going to give us some more factories. And it may not be a bad idea to go ahead and get an intelligence agency set up as well here. There's quite a few Chinese forces encircled here, so we'll destroy those in turn. Oh, we want you boys to attack this supply hub here. We need to grab this as quickly as possible here. Now there's 7 divisions, Chinese divisions that won't be missed. Excellent. Wuhan is ours. Alright, our generals have leveled up again here, so let's go ahead and see what we've got. Nothing I really care about. Improv expert, yes, let's go ahead and grab it for this guy here. Alright, we do have some fresh troops available here, so not many, but we'll go ahead and start getting them queued up as well. Force deploy some more troops here. We're just trying to fill out the line best we can. We do have a lot of territory too, man. Let's do some makeshift bridges, see if we can get across that river. Alright, mission to Germany is complete, and Germany wants to supply us with a bunch of weapons here. Yeah, that sounds fantastic, Germany. Thank you so much. Alright, we've unlocked some regimental combat teams. Let's go ahead and do that. We're just stacking soft attack again for our troops. Granted, our troops aren't the greatest. They're only 7-2s, but as you can see, they're more than effective against the nationalist Chinese. And it looks like we're going to do that very thing. So, Guangxi is ours. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and look at our current war contributions here. So we are at 14%. That's pretty healthy considering the state of the war. Not bad. So we've inflicted 382,000 casualties on nationalist China. And we're getting a little low on steel here. So let's go ahead and see who we can trade with. Yeah, let's go ahead and trade with the Soviet Union. Why not? We don't have to use convoys, and we're not yet at war with them. So hopefully we'll never be, but yeah. Yeah, we're still behind on artillery pieces, but I think that's all right. Let's go ahead and keep up the push. Yeah, they only got 56 to 79 divisions left. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot left in the tank. We're going to break this tile. That's fantastic. Now, there is a supply hub up here, but we could also go to Chongqing. So, I don't know. This is a tough one here. We'll see if they have too much. I don't think they really have the troops to man the line so much anymore. They are certainly lacking, as you can see from the strength bars. All right, we've got our troops complete here. They are green, but they are supplied and equipped. So we'll go ahead and put them to the front line as well. All right, let's see if we can grab, let's keep pushing up to Kunming here and see if we can do that. No, I don't want your troops. Yeah, crossing mountains and rivers at the same time. Awful terrain trying to push. There's no supply. Okay, we have taken the capital here. Let's go ahead and I don't want to get encircled. All right, great. Yeah, Yunnan has surrendered. That's fantastic news. All right, let's go ahead and extend our line. I don't... Oh, they do actually have some troops behind the line here. That's fine. We are going to make use of as much territory as we can. See if we can cut this apart here. Maybe entrap these units. There's only one division, but whatever. It is fine. It's honest work. Sure. Why not? You want to give me some free equipment, Japan? That's fine by me. See if we can get this war wrapped up before Japan does its little thing with America. That would be ideal. And I think at this point we can go to a balanced mechanic for our troops. How are we doing on equipment? We're doing okay. Let's also go ahead and add some cavalry recon here to these guys. It's going to give them a little more bite. Our 7.2s. I know that we're a little behind on infantry equipment, but that's okay. And we're at 17% war participation, which is pretty darn healthy. China is 79% towards capitulation. Problem is, they've bunched a lot of troops up in here now, so it's a little tricky trying to punch through here. Oh, yes, we took, yep, Chengdu. Excellent. So we've totally encircled them here, so let's go ahead and reform up these lines. Problem is they do have just an absolute enormous amount of troops in this pocket here, so that's okay. We will crush it. I'm ready for this war to be over. We're going to switch to aggressive. Just get in there. Get our 7.2s on the line here, because we're just not able to break them. All right. Come on. China, just give up. All right. So down to 2 provinces here. Come on, China. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. Boys, put that on the Reddit, though. That's a fair number of troops right there. Come on, take this stupid city. That would be fantastic. I'll give the Chinese this. They're really holding out. Last man. It's not going to be enough, though. And there we go. China has capitulated. Fantastic. So, yeah. So our war support, our war score right here is, you know, as you're looking at this, you're like 344 to 1234. Not that great, right? But kind of the benefit of this is now that we've taken over unity or leadership of the Chinese front here, is all of this territory is considered our cores, right? So what we can try to do is try to kind of be sneaky about this and get this territory on the cheap. All right, well, the peace conference is concluded, and as you can tell here, we came out very well in that peace conference. Japan really didn't get anything from it, and we took all of China. All right, so since now we've won the war, we can go ahead and go down this focus tree here. So let's go ahead and expand the Academica Seneca. Let's go ahead and force deploy these boys over here. That's fine. Supply is terrible, but that's okay. All right, so I think we're probably in a good place here. So let's go ahead and we're going to go over to Japan, and we're going to say, sorry, buddy. But you know, this faction ain't really doing it for me. Now, Japan almost instantly gets a war goal on us, I believe. Maybe. Alright, we do have another research slot here, so let's go ahead and put some extra research on anti-air here. Now, yeah, we are a little behind still on stockpiles, but our industry is really starting to come alive now, so I'm not too worried on that. Problem, on the 13th of October, they are going to be coming for us, so like literally no time at all, so let's be ready for them, boys. And yes, there we are, the declaration of war. Japan has done its thing. It always does its thing. That's fine. We will try to sneak through here best we can. So we're going to try to sneak through here if we can, if we get really lucky, and grab Zhangbei. That's going to allow us to... Unfortunately, these troops are just terrible. Alright, and now that we have the pressure up on these guys here, if I can click in the right place, now that we have the pressure up on these guys here, let's just go ahead and push through because we want to try to grab that port if we can. So, okay, we have joined the Allies now, and we have grabbed these ports, so that is going to be fine, I think. We do have a lot of troops. We are recruiting more troops, port guards, and kind of garrison troops here at the moment here. So we'll go ahead and rush these boys to the field. And we may need them if Vichy France sells to the Japanese, which seems entirely likely. So let's grab War of Resistance here. So it's defense on core territory at 15%. Okay, so Japan's just done its thing. They've grabbed Indochina from the Vichy French. So let's go ahead and see if we can make a beeline through here before they can really react. What we need to do is we need to grab Hanoi ASAP. And of course, they instantly got troops into the city. They just keep flooding troops into the port here. They're moving more and more troops. Now, this is actually going to be good for us. It's going to help stabilize this northern front. And let's go ahead and get the War of National Liberation. It's going to give us a 15% bonus to attack. And most likely, their convoys are being raided by British submarines out here. So, yeah, these units are doomed. Well, that's going to be 12 divisions that they're not going to have anymore, so that's useful to us, obviously. Granted, these aren't great troops. They're just like 12th infantry, but with artillery on here. But there's terrible supply here, and they're doing just fine against the Japanese. And we're pushing through into China pretty well. We're pretty overextended, so hopefully we don't get encircled here. But nevertheless, so let's see if we can give you a little support. Yeah, not really. Alright, we grab the airfield. We don't have planes, but we have friends that have planes. We'll hold it. Okay. We've got the National War of Liberation. Fantastic. Alright, let's see if we can make some gains up here. And indeed we can. Excellent. We grabbed the supply hub we've been hoping for, dreaming of. Okay, we've taken Zhangbei. Fantastic. How is it going in Indochina? It's going. It's not cheating if it's allowed. And Manchukuo has capitulated. Oh, you'll love to see it. All right, let's take advantage of that. All right. And yeah, let's push. 23 entrapped divisions here. It looks like they're having some trouble with the British Navy down here. I want you boys to do everything in your power to push through here and destroy them. Can we take this? It's pretty well defended, this port. We might have to try to walk around. And Saigon is ours. Destroy everything. All right, we have entrapped a large pocket here. Destroy them in this peninsula. Yep. Entrap, encircle, destroy, repeat, rinse, all those good things. We've been rocking the freaking civilian economy this entire time. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, but you can see as China, you have so much resources, so many people, so much factories. It's not even like that big of a deal, honestly. Bunch of entrapped Japanese forces here, armor units, they are not going home. And just like that, we have complete dominance over China, Southeast Asia here, Indochina I should say, and the Korean Peninsula. We are looking mighty. But we're not done yet. Oh, okay. And we did have some landings here, so let's see if we can make some inroads. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think you boys are gonna make it. Mistakes were made. I don't think you boys are gonna make it. I don't know how we got aerial supremacy over this, but not over Nagasaki. I made some changes to our elite template. Not the best template in the world by any means. 27 is alright, but we've got a decent amount of soft tack and defense here. These will be more than enough to handle Japan. And it looks like Italy's already doing the Italian thing and losing the war for the Axis. All I'm waiting for at this point is if I could get some naval supremacy in one of two of these zones. Come on, make landings, make landings. Oh, boys, we might have something here. Spread out. We gotta grab everything we can. But this war is almost over. Yeah, I think the Japanese are a spent force. They just don't really have too much left at this point. Yeah, we're trading really well in combat. We just get across this stupid strait. That would be most good. Benito Mussolini is deposed. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, they really don't have too much left in the old tank. Yeah, there's nobody home at this point. It's all free real estate, boys. Let's come down here and take Tokyo. And just like that, Japan has capped. The war is over. Well, we have a disgusting peace conference, but I don't know why the AI does this, but here we are. We have Japan is still a thing. They're still around. We have American Japan. We have British Japan. And yeah, that's pretty terrible. We also have a puppet state here, the Mariana Federation. But long story is that we have grown from a insignificant state as a warlord in China to the mightiest China of all, the best China of all. And the best part of it is we grabbed the Japanese fleet. So yeah, we have a fleet now, so that's fantastic. But yeah, so this has been a pretty fun run here. Obviously, I've just now run out of recruitable pop on volunteer only, so we just need to go up in recruitment, but manpower won't be a problem. Obviously, we have a massive army already, and we can grow bigger and bigger. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. We've dominated the world as Guangxi Click and defeated our arch nemesis, the Japanese. If you've enjoyed today's video, consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel grow, and I would certainly appreciate it. But I've been Greg the Gamer. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll be back with you very soon. Take care, everybody.